Alright, CSS battle time, and we have, I don't know, a grid. You know what? It looks like an aerial view of like a table in a cafeteria where it has the bench seats around it, but not really because they're very narrow. Could be a table and chairs from above. Alright, this could absolutely be two box shadows. So it could be box shadows. So we could have the central piece and then a box shadow to the sides, and then I could do the body the same shape and then have it have box shadows. That would save me from writing 4 box shadows and use the elements I have. That would probably work best. The other thing this could be is a cross-shaped element and then a border. Now it looks like that border could be the same thickness, but I'd have to write 2 backgrounds. I'd have to write a border. Yeah, I don't think, and I'd have to write like a conic gradient or something to make this, cross-shaped. So I think that's going to be longer. It's boring, but I think box shadows is going to be the way to go. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do box shadow. And I think we can go pretty much straight box shadows, and we'll margin it down once I get this first one in. I'm going to go 9M just to see if I can only use that. And then we're going to go margin. Oh, let's do an inset. Let's do inset, and it'll be 2-inch 0. Okay, inset's going to be this orange color. Our exterior one's going to be that color. And now we can margin. Alright, let's get our sizes set up with the diff. 100, it's not 100. Is it 95? Interesting. 95, and then 105. No. I bet this is going to be, yeah, I thought so. I thought it was going to be on the 5s as well. And look at that. 9M is just too small for that to work. So it's just an extra character. That's all. We have to go 2 digits there. Nothing's bigger than M. I wonder if I could, if I changed my font size in the browser, if that would change it here. I don't think so, because I think then it wouldn't render properly on the back end is what it would happen, and then I wouldn't get 100%. Okay, so got that. Now we need to write our box shadows that shrink. So let's go left and right. Let's go up and down. And the reason for that is I can have one where I go 0, negative 100. And I can get rid of that space. And then negative 20 pixels. Thereabouts. Not 20. 5. Yeah, there we go. And let's jump this up a little bit more. 120, 130. Ugh, 130 I don't like. But that way I can get rid of those spaces. Now it doesn't work on this next box shadow because I'm going to go 0, 130 to go down, and then at least this one I can do still same space. And let's do the color property to get it lined up with this. We save 1 character doing it this way. Alright, so now we'll go like this. We'll select the body. We'll go margin 0. Okay, so it's going to be the same size of that HTML, and then we can rotate 90 degrees. And, oh, one last thing to make this work. 0. Let's get rid of our spaces. There we go. Hit submit. Well, I wonder if like I was gonna say I wonder if border dashed would work, but you know it might. You know, have this turn the corner, but we'd have to have, yeah, that actually border dashed might work for the HTML. Have it this background of that color, and then the border dashed would be like this, and then it, you know, get it to turn the corner properly. Um, and then we'd have a border solid on this thing. That might be the other interesting way to do that. I might explore it. Let's, you know, we're pretty quick with this. Let's get this locked in with reductions where we can. Let's minify at least 15 pixels. I can, yeah, go to 5VH. Okay, 130. Let's check our unit golf on 130. I don't remember what that'll work. Yeah, it doesn't. Sometimes on box shadows though, we can still, oops, bumping the wrong keys. 7, 8, 9, 7 seems, or 8, oh. Two sides of the same coin, but they're a little off. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, we can just do 130. It worked. It worked. Okay. Let's see if it works here too. Sometimes you can't do them both the same. It takes, you got to go back and forth a little bit on each one, but hopefully this works too. I'd like it to. Yep, it did. All right, 141 for that solution. Let's explore border dash, because that's just, I don't know, that's more fun. I don't know why I keep trying to do that dashed. Let's go 100 pixels. It's going to be pretty hefty. Let's turn off our diff. Let's make it the right color. And obviously a little bit too thick on that portion. Let's margin. Let's go margin. -30. Oh. Okay. All right. So that's good on the top and bottom. Actually, top. Well, the sides, the top and the sides were good on. So on the top and bottom, keep it 0. In fact, we need to go 10. The sides. Okay, so we need a thicker border, right? Is that what I'm seeing? And then top and bottom. Oh no, left and right. Top and bottom needs to be, I don't know what I'm doing now. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting the same spacing on that dashing. I wonder if I have to change the scale. Let's put it in the background, and then, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I don't think that's going to help me any. All I care about is having this channel the proper width and this channel the proper width. That's what I'm trying to do. And so if I margin that down, that's too much. Okay, so I can make the top and bottom the right width. Now left and right, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. So left and right are the right channel. Top and bottom is where I'm having issues with it. Scale? Because I would think changing our left and right margins and what it is, I think if I kept increasing this, eventually this would open up. Our top and bottom are, I don't know if I even, No, I do need a -10. Okay, so that is good. Yeah, let's just change the scale. Let's go 1.1. Oh, not 0, 1. Okay, let's leave that the same. 2, 3, okay. 0.9, 0.8, 0.7. Okay, that's looking a little bit better, and we can just turn this up. Oh, 160, 1, 2, 3. Weird. Okay. Oh, but now we got too big, and so we have another dash filling in the middle. Curious. So that doesn't work. Whoa. Okay. So I was fixing these sides and not even looking at the top. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm changing. I don't think I'm actually even, I'm not changing this vertical channel. This right here, I'm not changing at all. This one I am. So maybe I need to, no, I did the 0.7 on the left right already. I can't get that to work. Yeah, so now if I get this bar to stretch out far enough with my margins, it suddenly becomes too big. And then if we, you know, do this again, I wonder if I went really big and then moved it back and forth. No, because I need the edge of the bar. For it to work, I need the edge of the border to actually be right on this edge. So it has to be very specific. So there probably is a way for a border dash solution to work for someone that's really smart. I'm not that person. Last idea was something like do the border. All right, let's set up. Let's do this properly. Let's turn on the diff. Does it need to be 30 pixels? I don't like 30 pixels. Why is it always 30 pixels? Okay. All right, let's margin. We're going to do -30 on the top and 0 on the sides. All right, so we got that going. And I was going to do a conic gradient, that's right. And we're going to be already bigger, I think, than that box shadow solution. It's boring, but it's so good. I'm going to say it's going to be 3/4 this beigey color. I don't know why I'm pursuing this solution. I don't think it's going to be good. 0. We're going to move our center point up. So we're going to say at. Okay, a little bit more than that, but we're going to move it to be in line with these edges. So 120, 130 by 110. Yeah, and then we're going to do our sizing. 0 space 0, and then size is going to be like 150. It's too small, so let's jump that up. Ooh, 170. That looks about halfways, right? Oh, I don't need to look at that. I can just walk it across. 200, 210. Okay, 210. And then our vertical repeat, I bet it's about the same. Nope. That's too far. All right, let's shrink it down. 90. Oh, 190. Okay, so we have our vertical spacing. Great. The thing we want to carry down through everything is this. I'm going to overwrite border. I'm going to overwrite margin. I have to do a margin 0 anyway, so we can just do a star. I don't have to make a new selector because everything's getting overwritten, because background needs to be this. There's no way to hide that inside of a conic gradient that I know of. Margin is going to be 0 for the moment. We're going to shrink this down. Actually, I think my border might 65 and 75. Oops. Oops. Oh, come on. This keyboard is so sensitive. All right. Is the border too big? Or not big enough? The border's not big enough? Really? No, that's not it. Oh, I know why. Let's keep 35 and let's drop this to 60 by 80. Yeah, okay. So the border goes from 30 pixels to 35 pixels. So we're going to turn this up 35, and this is going to be 35, and this will be -5, and we can get rid of that. You know, worth it. Because we had to have a space and a 0 there, so we're not actually adding characters on this margin. So, worth it to not deal with another border. Messy. Also decent. I wonder what 35 pixels comes in at. I don't think I've ever used 35 pixels. 37Q. How curious. Alright. That should work on the border just fine. That looks terrible. Whoa. Let's hit submit. Let's just see how far off it is. Yeah, 97.8. So 37Q, not happy. 38. Whoa, 38 looks a lot better. Okay, so there's a little, I think that's probably more like a bug in the unit golf. Yeah, probably found some floating point math, I guess, in that. But you know what? This thing works pretty amazing for everything else, so I'm not going to complain. Let's see, 100, it's a gradient, so I can't play around too much with the values in a gradient. Those are always persnickety. 210, let's check 210. 70 VH, I was hoping. 70 VH, and since 190 it's 20 separate, it's not 30 separate. Ugh. 201Q. Let's see if 201Q will work. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, that unit golf plugin that was made, it's brilliant. 99.9. Yep, it's a gradient. You can't play with gradients. All right, now let's shrink this down and see what that allows for. 157. A lot closer than that 141 than I thought it would be. A lot closer. I think if I had... I wonder if instead of doing a border, I did an outline. I still have to do a background, so that doesn't really change much. I was thinking of, making this the border and then not having to um, change the color, but I gotta put that color in no matter what. So the background is just the only way. Okay. Well, that was fun. I hope you're having fun with this too, and the regular CSS battle, and I will catch you later.